What's up, you guys? Zoeb here from OneGlanceTrader.com, and in this video I'll be walking you guys through a day trading example on one of my live accounts where I made over $150 in a space of a couple of hours, and I'll be walking you guys through the indicators I used, the analysis, the entry, stop loss, take profit, all that kind of good stuff in this video. All I ask for in return is that you smash that like button and make sure you subscribe and click that bell notification icon so you don't miss any of my future videos. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking for some live trades on my live accounts, and unfortunately, due to work and family and all that kind of good stuff, I can't record videos live. But what I can do is after the fact, I can do a post analysis and kind of draw back on the entries and the stop loss and the take profit targets so you guys can check out everything that I'm doing, and therefore hopefully will give you some insights and confidence not only to how I trade, but also that what I am sharing in my videos about all the tools and stuff that I use, that I'm actually using as well as part of my own trading analysis. So like I said, comment down below if you find this useful, and let's get into the bones of this actual video. So I wanted to walk you guys through this GBP USD 30-minute trade that I took on the 8th, which is the 9th day. So I took this trade yesterday, and it was a sell trade, and you can see here that I made $150.60, and I got into the trade at 3:47 p.m. and I was out of the trade by 5:55 p.m. So just over a couple of hours into this actual trade, and what I want to do is just kind of walk you guys through it in a lot more detail so you guys can understand some of the things and tools that I've used. And if you are new, I'll go into it in a bit of detail, but for those of you who have watched my previous videos and all the other indicator videos, this isn't anything new, and again, I like to keep trading relatively simple. So what I've done is I've just taken a screenshot of this. It's the exact same chart, and I've got my trusted stylus pen here, and I'll just walk you guys through what's going on. So just in terms of the indicators that I've got on my screen at the moment, so you'll see here we've got these lines here. These are pivot points. These are for my OGT pivot points indicator. Again, absolutely free. Link is inside the description. If you want to sign up, become a member, it's free. And I've got probably 20-30 indicators and 3-4 EAs in the members area, and I've got tutorial videos on all of that kind of good stuff. And there's kind of two ways that I kind of use the OGT pivots indicator. One is a missed pivot strategy, which I'll link to inside the description, or in this particular example is where I'm looking for pullbacks in a trend, and I'm looking for price to pull back to a pivot level, reject the pivot level, and then continue going in the way of the trend. So that's what I use the OGT pivots indicator for in the example I'm going to walk through. The next thing that I've got is these EMAs over here, and again I'll link to inside the description the actual MA periods if you guys are interested in that. But what this does, it basically gives me a view on trend direction, and what I look for is, you can see here that these MAs are all in order. There's no crossover like in this area here where they're all tangled. They're all fanned out throughout this whole piece of price action, um, all in the right order, pointing down, and that is what I'm looking for, is that nice, clean trend kind of direction in there, because that gives me a good insights that the trend is strong and that price wants to continue going down when we have pullbacks. And I'll go on to and I'll refer to it when we go into the actual analysis of this particular video. So, and then the last one is this, if I can get the pen up here, is this blue line here, a bit thicker line, and that is the 200 EMA. The 200 EMA just gives me that long-term view over the next few time frames of where it is. You guys can use the OGT trend dashboard, again, absolutely free, to give you trend direction. I do normally have it on, but I don't want to clutter the charts in this particular kind of tutorial video. But again, it gives me that kind of focus on which way I want to go. And as you can see, based on these MAs all pointing downward, prices underneath the 200 EMA, it's clear now to see why I did a sell in this particular example. So what we got, if I go to that, we now have this, if I can pick the right thing, we now got this vertical line and this horizontal line, and they both meet at this level over here. So this red bar here, the bar that formed or finished forming at 4 p.m. I got into the bar 12-13 minutes before the close of the actual bar, and I'm going to walk you guys through why I've got into this trade at that particular level before we talk about stop losses and kind of take profit targets. If I can delete that. So what we had here, we had price make an impulse move down, and then what we had here is a pullback to this pivot line. Now this would have been the ideal kind of area to start looking to do a sell entry position. However, I missed this particular trade, and I started watching price at around this level over here. Now I quite like this setup the way it was, but what I wanted to do, and one of the key things about trading is about patience. If you miss your entry, or you come late to a chart and you saw this beautiful setup, don't worry about it. There will be opportunities, whether it's on the same chart or a different currency pair. More opportunities are always available inside the markets. Don't rush things and don't push things in. So what then I was looking at there after that is that you can see that price comes down and then comes back and retests this level. And the bit that I was really looking at is that you kind of had this, and I haven't zoomed in slightly. You've got a doji form there in that green bar, and the bar I entered in was pretty much, you saw this kind of two big wicks there. We had a wick over here as well. Price was getting rejected at that level, and when price came in the first time, you can see that the EMAs were all fanned out in the nice direction. When it came down, pulled back in, those EMAs, they were compressed closer together, but they were still quite far apart, if you know what I mean. They're not like, at this level over here where current price action is, that the fast EMA or the fastest EMA is getting a lot closer now to the second fastest EMA, whereas you can see here that even at this price action here, they're still very fanned out. So I kind of liked the position where I was in for this trade, and I could have waited, and I probably should have just waited for the close of the bar, but I didn't. I wanted to get in, and partly because I knew I had a Zoom call from a work perspective, and I just wanted to kind of get in at this point, and the fact that we kind of was seeing like a double top pattern forming across this kind of pivot level here. So all in all, trend direction is down. The EMAs were fanned out beautifully. The 200 EMA not only was above price but was also pointing down. And again, we are pulled back a second retest of the daily pivot level. And that to me gave me the opportunity to kind of I know that if I press the right button that we wanted to go short. So what I wanted to do is then, from a stop loss perspective, is put it above this high here, which you can see here by this red line signifies where the actual stop loss is. And every time I do a stop loss, the things that I look at, or the number one thing is, if price broke above this high, I know I'm wrong. Yeah, and price could have hit the EMA and then continued to go down. But I know that I do not want to be in this trade. This is not the setup that I firstly looked at when I first got into the trade. So I always tried to place my stop losses, and again, I'll link to the video about how I set my stop losses. I want to set my stop loss with barriers, so price again has to break through this pivot level, and price has to break through the previous high. So there's two things price has to do to eventually get to my stop loss, and if it did break this and did break this high, I do not have no interest in this trade whatsoever. And then for those of you who kind of watch my kind of videos, I like to keep my reward to risk quite small. I think from memory doing this, it was like 1.2, 1.3 to 1, and this is kind of where I take my take profit targets. And similar to stop losses, if I look to the left, the low is actually over here, um, at this level here. I price, and as you can see, price even went further down to the low, but I don't want to give price an opportunity to get so close and then reverse back up. So therefore, I always look for my reward to risk. As long as I'm making a 1-to-1, I always try to place my take profit at a previous support, above a previous support and resistance zone, and that's what I tend to look at when I place my take profit targets. Now, again, I could have kept this trade on, taken half off, and done a lot of different things, because hindsight's a beautiful thing. Watching price hit my take profit target, and again, this again would have been a nice, beautiful short trade, a rejection at this pivot level, inside bar, break of that to float it down. But again, for whatever reason, I don't know, I didn't get an alert, or I wasn't looking at this particular example. I can't remember what I was actually doing today to not see this particular trade. So again, that again would have been a nice trade, but like 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 I said, is I'm looking to put my take profit at previous or above or below previous support and resistance to give myself every opportunity to kind of hit my take profit target. And then you can see the outcome, obviously $150, which is roughly just under 2% of the account for this particular trade. And for me, that was I don't want to say easy. Easy is the wrong word. It's bread and butter a type of trade. I see these happen on every time frame, on every single currency pair, and it's just about being there at the right time and being patient with it. And hopefully this video has given you some value of understanding the things that are going in my favor. I've got EMAs aligning. I've got the long-term moving average also in my favor in terms of pointing down and below price. And I've got one rejection at a key resistance level and another rejection at a key resistance level. There is no surprise here that price has reacted to this level. Look at this level over here where you got 3 wicks over here. It's not a surprise that these pivot levels are respected. Here you've got a missed pivot opportunity here. Now what we'll be looking for is price to, come in and start reversing. So what I'm looking for now is, if I add the MACD up, is to look for some um, bullish divergence here for potentially. I'm not happy with this MA because it has to pass this MA first, which could be an issue. But again, that will be something in the future that will be on my watch list for price next week or the week after, the next 2 weeks, for price to get back to this level. But what I'm saying is I want price to give me indicators that price is now in a bullish trend, and this pivot table would now be a take profit target. I know I've just gone on a bit of a rant here, but I just want to show how just having a few set of tools on your chart, you can make a decent return on investment. Yes, there will be losers, but if you keep your money management right, even at a 1-to-1, you've just got to be right more than 50% of the time, which, I'm currently, it's around 60 to 65% of the time, and I'm averaging 1.2, 1.3, not even a 1-to-1. So, I really hope you found this video useful. I'll put my pivots playlist on the screen now, as well as my ADR strategy, which I think is also a fantastic strategy for you guys to look at if you haven't had a chance to look at that already. Pick up the links are down below to download all these indicators, and I shall see you guys in the next video.